Welcome back to Green Disruptors, the podcast where we explore the innovations and leaders shaping a cleaner, more sustainable future. Today, I'm joined by two guests from dumpsters.com, Shawn Toal, Vice President leading sales and customer experience, and Robert D. Pasquale, Enterprise Sales Manager and Lead Green Associate. Dumpsters.com has quietly become one of the most impactful waste diversion partners in the U.S., supporting construction sites, data centers, large-scale solar farm builds, and national companies across the country. They go far beyond dumpster rentals, creating custom diversion plans, reporting, local reuse solutions, and measurable sustainability outcomes. We'll dive into how they're changing the waste industry from the inside out, helping their customers reach 80-90% diversion targets, supporting community reuse projects, and building a national network of environmentally responsible site service solutions. Let's get into it. Shawn, Robert, welcome to Green Disruptors. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Yeah, I met Shawn and a couple other members of the team at RE Plus, which is always way more fun than meeting on the internet. So I was eager to get them on and to be able to share more about what they do. So let's start with you, Shawn. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so my background, I've always been in, sales, operations, leadership. Was with Enterprise Holdings for 13 years as a regional vice president. And after that came over to dumpsters.com and been here now for 6 years. Head up the sales team and the customer experience team, and have the opportunity to lead, motivate, inspire 150 individuals daily to provide excellent service to our customers and find better solutions. So love it, and had the opportunity to have Robert with me here today, a colleague and teammate. So
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm Robert D. Pasquale. I am an enterprise sales manager here at dumpsters.com. I'm also one of our lead green associates. So I had a team of our sales account executives to help really provide solutions for our customers nationwide.
So tell me, either one of you can answer these, so just jump in. But how long has dumpsters.com been around initially?
yeah, I'll take it. So started in 2009, and we had two co-founders, and they essentially went into real estate. Originally, they were entrepreneurial and started in real estate, and that was in '09. Obviously, you know what happened then. The market kind of tanked, so they started a junk removal business to make a little bit of extra bucks on the side, and they kept getting calls for dumpsters, and they're saying no, no, and then over time, you start getting enough calls. You're like, maybe we should be renting dumpsters. Long story short, they rented 3,000 dumpsters their first year, and fast forward to today, we'll rent 250,000 dumpsters, plus porta potty, storage containers, fences, and other site services across the nation. So they've done a nice job scaling it.
So this is more for my audience, but maybe you can answer the question. So why am I featuring you on Green Disruptors? Because we're speaking waste. So how does it tie into a cleaner, more sustainable world?
You got that, Robert.
Yeah, absolutely. So we play an integral role in our customers' ability to really meet their sustainability goals and diversion efforts. Ultimately, we want to make sure our customers are hitting their goals, but really it ends up being we're helping our customers achieve their customers' goals too. So, one of the trends that we've seen in the industry just over the past couple of years has really been it looks like a hockey stick for the amount of requests that we get for recycling and diversion. So we've really put a focus on trying to help some of those customers achieve those goals.
So this is a real world example. My daughter's middle school is being remodeled right now, and I drove by the other day and I saw 6 dumpsters full of chairs. And I was like, you got to be kidding me, guys. I'm hoping these are the kinds of problems that you solve.
Yeah, that and some even more complex ones than chairs too. Yeah.
Do you want to give me a case study? What's a fun project that you've done that had some big impacts?
Yeah, Shawn, I can take this one.
Yeah.
So recently, we took on a project in a really remote area. It's a 300 megawatt solar farm that they're building. And these are often built in areas where there might not be a whole lot of capability for recycling and
Right.
diversion. So, what we did for this customer was essentially put forward a waste diversion plan that was able to use like the community's efforts to really recycle and divert a lot of the materials that they were using to build this solar farm into materials that were going right back into the community. So maybe like the wood from their pallets was going to be chipped up and used as animal bedding in farms. Or maybe
Yeah.
the concrete would be ground up and used in the local paving of roads. So really trying to think outside the box and find
Yeah.
solutions that are applicable to our customers, to the communities that they serve, and ultimately that serve their end goals of trying to, recycle and divert as much as possible.
Yeah. You kind of mentioned the win-win scenario, like you want it to benefit your customers and the customers that they serve. Um, how does that fit into your broader value proposition?
Yeah. So that's a good question. Give you an example of where that works. Think of Amazon, right? They're constantly building a data center, or they are doing some of their robotics material handling in the buildings, or they're doing a commercial tear off or a decommission where they're just ripping one down, right? Starting over.
Yeah.
Well, Amazon's not generally doing that work. It's a general contractor or a material handling company installing these robotics inside. And, nationwide, we work with some of the biggest general contractors and customers in the world. And for example, we've worked with 100 different plus customers that have done Amazon projects where we've disposed of, the waste over 3,500 different projects. However, Amazon always has their goal, right? Amazon's goal is to really hit some high numbers, which I think it's at least 80% on most of their projects. Internally,
Like
we've done
80%
about,
diversion?
yes, 80%
Wow.
diversion
Yeah.
from landfill. And we've done 12 projects specifically, massive sizes on lead and or diversion. And we provide that reporting right back to RGC for Amazon. So indirectly, yeah, we want our customer to provide the best service when it comes to Amazon, their end customer. So we treat that pretty close to our heart as well when it comes to customer experience and
So
providing all the data that they
you
need.
want Amazon to be happy with them because in turn they will be very happy with you.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah. Very cool. So, anything else that you want to kind of set up before we dive into what the current moment's looking like as far as
No,
company story?
I think, for us, we are seeing, and I think Robert kind of mentioned it, that it's becoming more prominent in the waste industry. I'm sure we'll talk about some of the challenges and roadblocks that are put ahead of that. But for us, we've kind of tried to be, not, I wouldn't say like the industry leader, but we are diving in and creating data and trying to find the best solutions and continue to build our network out. We're part of the CDRA, part of NWRA, so a couple different kind of recycling type associations. Again, we know that it's not going to go away. It's going to continue to build. And these are the solutions our customers are asking for. Many of our customers, some of the biggest GCs, the Turner Constructions, some of them have their own self-imposed goals, right? Where
That's nice to
Turner has a
hear.
90% diversion goal, right? So we've worked directly with them on some of the things that they do with their tracking of it, and we import it into their systems to, again, try to meet our customers where they need the information when it comes to helping them hit their sustainability goals. So if it's important to them, it's important to us, and this initiative should be important to pretty much everybody because it's a good initiative.
Yeah. Oh, I lost my train of thought. I had a good question, but let's move on and maybe it'll come back to me. So what is 2025 looking like? What big goals do you have for 2026 as far as growth and impact go?
Wow, good question. Wish my CEO was here; he could answer that one, but I'll take it. Yeah, we were actually putting out some preliminary numbers and goals, all in. But again, for us, it's to really this year. I'd say the last couple of years, we've added site services for our customers, the solutions that they've asked us for, whether it's just more products, such again as storage containers, fencing, porta potties. We get asked for scissor lifts and boom lifts and all these different types of site services. We want to make sure that we are a one-stop shop. That's our value add that we provide to customers. When you think of a national customer that is moving all around the country, they might do 500 different jobs all around the country. We provide a streamlined service where they get consistency, the best service, single point of contact, one invoice, diversion reporting.
That's beautiful.
Again, when you think of the laws and regulations in California versus Ohio versus Michigan, when it comes to some of this, and then the capabilities, right, Robert, in the different markets when it comes to regulations on lead or diversion. Not everybody knows that. We have a keen insight into what all the different markets look like and the capabilities. So if you're a GC and you're traveling the country and you're moving from here to there, you just come to us. We handle the entire thing, and you just do the project, provide the excellent outcomes to your customer. We'll take care of the rest when it comes to lead credits and everything like that. But then
So do you do that?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, do you do that by local partnerships or that? I mean, that's because that's amazing. That solves huge problems for them, I'm sure.
Yeah, we do here in Cleveland. So we have 20 of our own trucks where we're headquartered at, and call it 1,000 dumpsters. Locally, or around the country, we have the biggest vetted network for any waste company in the country. We do a strict kind of qualification and vetting of our hauler. Can you guys hear me? Oh, there we go. I think I got lost. But we have a strict vetting process for our partners. We like to believe we pay fast and take great care of them. And same thing, same philosophy. We take care of our partners just like we do our customers. In the end, the end customer and our haulers be taken care of. So that's generally how we do it, and we continue to add more and more to our network on a daily basis.
Awesome. I diverted there, but we can get back to you. We're going to talk about the 2026 goals.
Yeah, 2026, we continue to grow year over year over year. If you looked back at our business, call it 5-6 years ago, we were more of a B2C company. That's where we started in, providing dumpsters to homeowners if anyone on the call that listening, if you've ever rented a dumpster, it's, for your home, it's probably one out of 15 years, 20 years, you don't really know. So that's where we started, and we educated that customer base on this, take a very educational approach towards it because nobody knows what that's like. Flip it on its head today, it was probably 80%, 20%. Now it's 80% B2B, 20% B2C. We still have a great process. We've launched e-commerce for our B2C customers to, again, meet them where they need to be met. Again, really just trying to use data, technology to provide a very seamless service, but while keeping the relationship side of it with the people and the humans on the other end. 26 will be more of that. We like to think we're going to keep it simple, but just do more and more of what we've done really, really well. And we always say, you work on the right things, put the right best people on it, and the best outcomes will come along. So we're gonna focus on doing just more and more of what we've done really, really well. And try to expand on services and again, diversion and recycling and lead is going to be a big, big initiative again as we continue into 26.
Do you want to speak more on those initiatives?
Robert, you want to share any of them? If not, I can hit them.
Well, the one initiative that I'm privy to, I believe that we are going to be looking to get our account executive team up to their LEED Green certification. So that way we just set a standard for all of our representatives that, we are out in front of the industry and that we're right there with everybody else and able to provide a little bit more in terms of value on the back end too. So that's something I'm specifically excited about.
We are going to be doing that. Definitely going to be getting our AEs that are kind of, again, providing these solutions, more certifications. That's step one. Step two is we actually just did this. We revamped our diversion reporting that we have to kind of tailor it to make it, I want to say more accurate, just I guess more seamless and streamlined and easy to understand. And again, for us, it's joining some of these different conferences, joining these different associations like CDRA and NWRA to really understand what's going on in the market. Always trying to keep a good finger on the pulse. Because again, it does change, but we want to make sure that we are part of that change when it is good. And then last, it's our customers continue to ask for more when it comes to this. We want to just make sure that we have the ability to have a solution and answer those questions. One of our customers we're potentially working with, and they're a solar. They own the solar site, so look at it. They're not the ones installing it, but they own these sites, and we've been working with them direct, looking to do potentially an incentive back to them, but taking that incentive and actually spreading it to the communities in which they start doing work. Like anything, you do a big project, everyone comes in, and I know the community sometimes think, wow, this is disruptive. Well, they understand that, and we understand that, so we're trying to help them leverage their spend, but in return, hand that back to the communities that they go into, and then head out. So that's one of our initiatives as well. So.
That's awesome. So you're going to grow either way because you're on that trajectory, but what are some of the bottlenecks or challenges you see either happening or might happen
Yeah.
in doing that?
Good question. I think, as Robert and I were joking today, they say you got to see the forest between the trees or whatever, right? You got to see, and I was like, well, I look at it, it's like the trees, you got to have short term, and then the looking is the long term, right? Understanding or getting an idea of what could happen. I think for some of us that there's going to be tons of different challenges. Some that come to mind for us are market capabilities. I think it's what most people really don't learn is really what's going on in the market. It's understanding the capabilities that each market has, the regulations, the laws, and understanding those. And really, again, that's us trying to continue to expand our network of providers, and then also looking at the different types of solutions around there. And we build these out, and once we get one, we go back to that same person and again, continue to build that relationship. I know we're working right now for an end customer. They got tons of pallets and tons of pallets and tons of pallets, and we're trying to find mills and things like that to break them up, and again, make sure that they're not going to a landfill or anything like that. So always trying to find the best solution for the customer. Robert, I know you mentioned a couple other challenges that you were going to mention.
Yeah, like as far as challenges go for our customers, I think that the market capabilities, because we're a national company, and each local market is got their own kind of set of capabilities and maybe even different regulations depending on where you're going. We have to really try to cast a wide net with our ability to provide solutions to these customers. So one of the challenges is really just wherever we're working, we have to be able to identify what's a good resource for us to use on this project, what makes the most sense, and really try to maximize the diversion effort. I mentioned before, we work in some pretty remote areas where there aren't a lot of facilities that can process all of these different materials. We have to come up with incredibly creative solutions to make sure that our customers' goals are being hit. And ultimately, we're able to provide value back not only to the customer, but to the community, to the entire industry as a whole. This is the trend. This is the direction that we see it going. So we want to be right there in front.
Do you have any issue? You've been around a long time, and I think there's brand trust there, but having that whole casting a wide net and having a broad range of solution, do you feel like that impacts trust at all, or is that going okay?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And I will say, I think there's still some distrust in just the way that, recycling and diversion and things like that are reported on just across the entire industry. I wouldn't say one company or anything like that. I think there's challenges being faced there. And I know there's companies like CDRA that we're a part of as an association that are really going towards like making it a certified location, right? So they have 18, I think, specific certified locations for a LEED 5 or LEED 4. I'm not sure exactly which program that is. So that's one thing. It's like, hey, this is certified. This has been vetted the whole 9 yards. And I know they go through some stringent, initiatives to get even qualified for that. Versus just somebody saying, hey, I'm diverting something. Here's a report. So I do know there is some challenges around that, and we're always trying to be cognizant of that to make sure that, again, I think to your point, brand trust, loyalty, It starts with integrity, and
Absolutely.
one of our core values is we got you and I got this. So when our customer works with us, we want to make sure they know we got you, right? Whether it's customer or, hey, I got this handled, right? You're putting your trust in us for this type of reporting back to you. We're going to deliver it with integrity and accuracy for them. So there is that. That's what we continue to try to build. And I think you do that service by service, project by project, person by person. But yeah, I think that's another challenge that faces our industry. And it's again, it's an industry thing, right? Like similar to you said, it's like, we're in the waste disposal, right? It's like part of it is also going to a landfill when we do projects. So it's not to say that we're not cognizant of that. It's really just understanding that and how can we, again, knowing that we do that type of projects, we also want to make sure we're doing our best to help the customers and again, the communities and everything divert as much as they can.
Yeah. So, side personal note. Oh, it's kind of blocked, but I have a thing on my wall that says "You got this." So,
Do
but
you?
I really do. It's like I'm embarrassed to show you how dirty my room is.
Oh,
I
But
see it there.
no, it's a "You got this." But I actually like the "We got you" even more than
yeah,
that. So I think
yeah.
I need to get another one and put it on the. But then I'm copying you.
Yeah, I got you. We got this. So that's up
Yeah, I
there
love that.
behind us. So
Hey,
I
Amanda,
mean
one
that
thing.
there's. Oh, I was going to say there's nothing more comforting than when someone says that to you and you know it's true.
exactly, yeah. And if you don't know how to do it, you're like, I'm literally putting my trust and faith in you because you are the expert. That's why I brought Robert. He is the expert.
I didn't say we cut Robert off, so your turn.
You know what? I did want to just add one point to what Shawn was saying before about how we kind of overcome some of these stigmas. And
Yeah,
we
yeah.
alluded to it a little bit earlier, but it really is about being a data-driven company and providing transparency and clarity into our processes, into what our reports mean, where the materials are going, and ultimately what they're going to be used for at the end of their life cycle. Those are things that instill confidence in our customers for why they want to be a partner with us. And it's not something that is common in our industry to come out front and say, here's all the data, here's where everything's going, this is what it's going to look like, this is a true waste management plan for you. I think that is a good differentiator between
Big
what
time.
we do and maybe what some of our competitors do, and that helps us break that stigma.
Yeah, I think in the digital age where maybe there's a trust recession, as they say, having the data and the transparency is how you get the trust. So, bravo.
Completely agree. Um, and then we've recently we've launched it's called our enterprise portal. It's for our national customers. Again, it's pricing transparency, everything they can self-serve within there, grab whatever they need, or again, we can feed it however they'd like to see it. But yeah, it's all pricing, everything right there. Weight. So we like to make sure that we are, again, providing our customers and meeting them everywhere they need to be met again.
Yeah. Well, if it's okay, I have a question out of left field.
Okay.
But this came up to me just as we were talking because with, all the growth and all the just everything that comes with that, have you guys thought about implementing AI tools as part of it? Or have you done that already?
That is a great question. So, I've recently read AI for leadership driven AI. It's great, it's a solid book. I was transparency. I listened to it on my drive in. I can knock out 50 minutes of book listening a day, I guess, opposed to
So
reading.
that's the only thing driving is good for is audiobooks.
Exactly. So I do like 50 minutes of that a day and then like 10 minutes of music. So I think that AI-driven leadership has helped, but it really is teaching leaders how to help others embrace within the company, AI. And yeah, I mean, our CIO, Kais, he actually just sat on a panel at a conference and discussed AI specifically. We have already started some conversations around AI agents. Again, we're a company that we like to test things out first, before going all in, just like anyone, crawl, walk, run. into it. And again, we our phone calls for our retail customers, again, look at that. They call in, want a dumpster for my house. I'm doing a bathroom clean out, right, or a bathroom remodel. We'd like to potentially start testing these nights and weekends when we're not open.
Yeah.
Again, so where can we be at 24/7, 365 for our customers? We have e-commerce that's open all the time, and then some people do like to call it like me. I'm old school, but I think that ability right there is one area we're going to test it. We've been doing other things as far as customer scoring and quality scoring as well. Again, things like this we might see on the on a website where it's customers that have lead goals, right, or their own diversion goals. Well, we're going to score them higher because we know that we have excellent and strong capabilities within that area, as well as whether it's a customer target or customer we want to continue to expand on. So yes, we are. I'd like to say, I hope to think further along than most companies.
Yeah.
And again, my message to Robert and the team is always right. It's not going to replace people. It's going to make us better and be able to do more
To be able to do more high leverage tasks and
Yes.
maybe things that are more intellectually challenging, which I find empowering. And I 100% agree with what you said. There's some people have a fear around it, and I see it as the opposite because I use it every day. I implement systems, and it's awesome. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I don't want to sit there and single click on a name for 7 hours in a day. No one wants to do that.
No. And I think it's helped on, as I go into an initiative or a goal, right, or something that I'm struggling to say, hey, here's a real challenge. Like I'm trying to implement this, and this is a roadblock for me right now, right? And kind of banter back and forth with it, right? And they'd ask you another question. It's similar to that. It gives you a question, you answer it, give it some feedback, and again, walk it through your initiatives and goals and how you're going to get it done. And definitely get your juices flowing in the head to create some of that creativeness in there as well. So
Agreed. It's always so valuable to have multiple eyes on any solution or brainstorming session, but now it's like you can have that when you're by yourself in your office. So,
yeah,
yeah.
and I think there's going to be again tons of stuff coming out, and we want to continue to think through how can we use AI to provide better solutions, outcomes for our people and our customers, right? And how can we use it to, be a front leader when it comes to some of the reporting around this initiative and sustainability. So we'll continue to test. We'll fail sometimes and fail fast, and when we do well,
Yeah.
we'll continue to expand. Another one of our core values is let's roll. So we make some decisions. We're going to roll with it. And if it doesn't go well, we'll end it fast. If it goes well, we'll continue to expand.
I think that's the only way to be in business. Like, really, executives at the top just have to be good and fast decision makers. And so that's basically your job. So, yeah.
Well, that's why I laughed because you said, you got high goals for 2026. And I was like, yeah, we do. And I was like, hope we'll hit them because if not, I won't be on this podcast next year. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, that's your number one motivation
I know.
to come back
Be
and
on your
report.
podcast. That is it. I want to be on your podcast again.
It's only funny because we all know that's far from true. But I do appreciate you guys being here. This has been a really fun and interesting conversation. I'll give you each a chance to wrap up any closing thoughts you have. Maybe we'll start with Robert
Go ahead,
because he's
Robert.
been, yeah.
Yeah, Megan, we definitely appreciate the time. I think to just kind of sum up our conversation about recycling and diversion and where we see it going, over the past 5 years, like sustainability has really shifted from being, a nice to have like marketing angle into being more of a fundamental process to how our projects are designed, financed, even like delivered. So we're really excited about where the industry is going. We aim to be at the forefront of it and ultimately provide solutions that help maximize our customers' diversion and recycling efforts and also help us grow partnerships some of the largest GCs working on the largest projects across the country. We've got a lot of proof already in the pudding that we can be successful there. So ultimately, we'd like to keep growing with our partners, growing with the industry to make sure that we do stay at the forefront for diversion efforts, sustainability, and recycling across the board.
Beautiful.
No,
Okay, Shawn.
thank you again. I want to seriously thank you. This was a lot of fun, and we appreciate it. I was nervous. I'm not going to lie going in, so I over prepared.
You nailed it,
sometimes.
Shawn.
It's just me. I'm
Next
like, I
time
always
you won't be
joke around, I'm
nervous.
like the Peyton Manning of sports. He wasn't very athletic, so he had to over prepare. Nothing like this feels natural to me, so I have to. But thank you again for having us. I think it's great that we ended up meeting at the SEIA and got the opportunity to do this. But no, I think to piggyback off Robert, at the end of the day, it's based on our customer success, putting them first. Our goal is to give them one partner, one streamlined process, one invoice anywhere they go in the country, so that they can, to your point, have that trust and faith that no matter where I'm going in the country, doing a job, doing a project, that I might not know the capabilities, I might not know the requirements, I might not know the laws. Well, guess what? I have a person, right? Everyone wants a person. I have my person. It's dumpsters.com. I know who it is. I got my single point of contact, and I can call them, text them, email them, and they're going to answer the phone, get back to me quick, and provide a great solution. And then lastly, our goal is always to continue to innovate and think of better ways and simpler ways to be successful and help our customers continue to produce the outcomes that they're looking for within their own business, but then also, like we said, their customers. And last, be a good partner to each other. Folks like you having us on, we always like to make sure we represent our brand well and be a good person when it comes to these initiatives, when it comes to sustainability, and just do our part anywhere we can. So again,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, I love it. Let's roll. Remember, they got you.
Yeah,
and
I got you.
and we'll talk to you next year and see how things are going. But
All right.
thanks again for your time. So fun to meet you in person, Shawn. Great to meet you, Robert. And we'll talk soon.
Likewise.
All
Thanks,
right.
Megan.
Thanks,
Okay.
Megan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huge thank you to Shawn and Robert for joining me today and for giving us a behind the scenes look at how dumpsters.com is helping major companies, construction teams, and renewable energy developers meet ambitious sustainability and waste diversion goals. From local reuse plans at solar farms to measurable diversion reporting for national clients, this team is shaping what responsible waste management can look like. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who cares about sustainability in construction, operations, or clean energy. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week on Green Disruptors.